Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble dungeon guide, I'm going to show you how to take down Scholomance on Horde week with this army for Grommash Hellscream. First, let's take a look at the dungeon mechanics and general strategies. The first boss in the dungeon is Jandice Barov, the real deal illusionist, and Jandice is going to summon illusions of herself. She's going to summon them over here, and over here as well. And when they are close enough to a tower that you control, then those illusions are going to start shooting at your tower. And also, if you leave the illusion up for long enough, then the illusion is going to dissipate and 2 flying books are going to come out of it that will head towards your base. However, the flying books are not very strong, so even a very underleveled base can easily handle the books by itself, so you don't really need to handle the illusions. Also, because of the chest positioning over here and generally the bridge over here that some of Jandice's troops are also going to cross, means that you can simply push the middle lane. This tower is really close to your base, you can get a good attack on that, and then when you use enough flying units, then the flyers are going to actually kill any of Jandice's units that are passing through here, therefore defending your base for a little while before pushing on to Jandice itself. And you can use some unbounds, for example, to grab that chest. There's also some gold already over here available, so if you have a cobalt miner early, then you can just send that over there. Jandice does have an AoE attack, so you generally want to try to turn Jandice around, but also Jandice seems to prioritize close targets, so if you're going to get something like a Chimera over here, and then you can just keep dropping some unbounds close to Jandice, then Jandice is going to switch targets to those, even though there's that Chimera just poisoning her. The second boss is Rattlegore, summons graves that spawn skeletal enemies if touched. Well, I first thought that if touch was going to be very literal, but actually flying units do touch those graves and do proc them, so the skeletal minions will be summoned even if just a flyer passes through them. There's going to be a bunch of these graves. The graves do dissipate after some time and nothing spawns if you didn't touch them during that time. And there's also, this gold one has 2 nuggets, this one has 1 nugget already. So my favorite strategy actually for Rattlegore is just push one lane. Push this lane because this is where the gold is. These are going to be triggered even by flying units, but you can just handle it. Just push here, don't send anything. Don't even send a miner on the other side because you really don't want a miner to proc a couple of graves, for example, and then just get your base under a bigger attack. So push this side. Rattlegore itself, Rattlegore has lifesteal, so Rattlegore will heal when he cleaves some minis, but generally you just try to turn Rattlegore around with an unbound tank and just have your harpies, chimeras poison Rattlegore, and that's going to be that. And finally, there is Darkmaster Gandling. Darkmaster Gandling is clearly the most difficult boss in Scholomance, so this is really the fight that you need to prepare for. The Master of Teleportation, his runes send minis to dangerous areas of the dungeon. So Darkmaster Gandling is going to summon runes over here, and then over here, and over here. As he travels, he's going to summon those runes. The runes don't stay indefinitely, they are eventually going to expire. But if your minis touch them, then your minis are going to end up being teleported either to here, or to here. One of those 3 places, and when minis get teleported there, a chest is going to spawn there, and also enemies are going to spawn, and they are going to be free for Gandling, so if you get a lot of runes procced, then you can get a lot of enemies. There's going to be an abomination here, skeleton party over here, and 2 ghouls and 3 harpies in this room, so this is by far the most annoying room. The way I like to do Gandling is I want to push only one lane. I really don't want to push both lanes because then I end up proccing more runes and I just end up getting overwhelmed. So I'm pushing one lane, and if I'm pushing one lane, I'm pushing this lane because as you can see, there's gold over here. So I want to start my push going over here. I need to be careful to pay attention to defense because from the other side, of course, Gandling can attack, Necromancer can destroy my base, Harpies can destroy my base, Meatwagon can destroy my base, and Gandling has all of those, so I have to be careful and be ready to defend if needed, but otherwise I'm going to push from here, I'm going to push at Gandling, I'm going to try to get these Harpies, Chimeras, unbound tank, just the usual stuff on Gandling. When Gandling sends some of my minis to the rooms, I mean, if he sends a flyer, then obviously if there's a chest, flyers can't claim chests, so then Gandling's minis are going to claim the chest and Gandling is going to get all of that gold. So I'm trying to use some unbound minis to help my minis win the chest rooms when they get into chest rooms. The abomination room is kind of hard to win without the abomination taking the chest unless you end up with your main tank there. But the other rooms you can help with something like a safe pilot or even with a quillbore or Dark Miner. Just any kind of mini that you can send there can really help you and help you secure that chest. Then I'm just going to keep attacking Gandling from this side, try to get some tanks out there, either my main tank or some unbound tanks, get flying minis, get poison on Gandling, and beat Gandling like that. But there's multiple ways that this can fail, because if you end up losing too many of the chests, then Gandling can get an advantage. If you end up proccing too many runes, if you end up going through here, for example, and proccing multiple runes, that can be awkward. And then just those harpies meet against necromancers coming from this side, which you're not covering. That you have to be wary of those as well. But overall, it's not an impossible fight either, even though it's clearly the most difficult fight in Scholomance. So this is my Scholomance army for Grom. I'm using Batrider, Witch Doctor, Harpies, Chimera, Dark Iron Miner, and Quillbore. The real core minis here are the Flyers and the Unbounds. You want to use these with any leader, because Chimera and Harpies form the core of your damage against all of the bosses in Scholomance, and you need some Unbounds to turn them around, so Quillbore and Dark Iron Miner are the cheapest alternatives. As for the other slots, there might be something that can be done to make the army better for the other leaders, but for Grommash this is pretty much optimal. I was able to do minus 3.4 levels with Grom with this one. I was also able to do red difficulty with Cairn with this one, but with Cairn, because I can't use Cairn as a tank in the same way I use Grom, then that's a little bit weaker, so maybe there's something I can find for these Horde slots for that one. But overall, you can just use this same army for all Horde leaders if you don't intend to go too high. So low reds at least can be done with all leaders. And this is what the army looks like in action. Alright, well, we have the good start here with the Grom plus Chimera, which is what I want. Exy, thank you. Welcome to the... Oh man, I was late. Thank you for the sub. Alright, I was a little late there. But nothing has been lost yet. Can I get another Chimera out there? What's my base doing? Base is fine. The upside of this one is that when you're pushing through the mid, you're pushing against Jandice, but you're also killing her push. So your base is just not at any real risk. Boom. Push these ones in here. Okay, get through there. Nice and clean, nice and clean. I want to get a Chimera to this push. Yes, here's the Chimera for this push. I want the push to go through the very side, if at all possible. So that the more to the side the push is, the better. Then it doesn't aggro anything else. A little bit more. Turn Rattlegore. Go. Poison in. Alright. I think Grommash is probably the strongest leader out of these Horde leaders too. Alright, here we go. We get Grom out there. If I could just get a second piece of gold, I could grab the stone and go to mine. Which is important. Here we go. Go. Right, we need to be ready for that. And these, when they're pushed over that side, that means that they are unlikely to even participate. They did participate and we win the chest. Okay. That was very important. Just skeletons. Base can handle skellies. I can mine a little. Nothing new coming from there. No. Nothing new coming right now. Okay, push. We're going to get this. Boom. Alright. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.